Greetings from ABC Acres. I'm Grant Shadden, and I'm here in our crater garden where I'm going to continue work on our Chinampa beds. Chinampas were an Aztec agricultural system where to this day it's still regarded as the most productive agricultural system in known history. So we wanted to pay homage to them and demonstrate this method with our seasonal Chinampa beds with our seasonal water level in our crater garden. The Aztecs would pound poles into their shallow areas of their lakes and ponds and then weave branches in between and fill it with organic matter and then top it with the soil from the bottom of the pond. Now we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. My artisan and craftsmanship will not be that of the Aztecs, but with the snow melt from the mountainsides beginning here, the water level has begun to rise, so I want to get this done before I'm literally having to do underwater basket weaving. So I'm going to go ahead and get to this, and then we'll go to the next step after that, which is filling up our baskets with organic matter. Here we go. Andy and I have completed the basket weaving portion of our Chinampa build out, and now we're going to our next step, which is filling it with organic matter. And since this is a constructed area as opposed to what the Aztecs had with pre-existing wetlands, lakes, ponds, things of that nature, we don't have the water grasses, the reeds and everything to cut and fill our beds with. But we do have a local lawn care company that we've developed a relationship with that is dumping all these yard waste from yard cleanups on the farm. And so we're using that to fill in our space. And this is organic matter of different stages of decomposition and types, which we'll be really happy with to use. And then after we get it filled in with this basket, we're gonna take some topsoil, top it up, and then it'll be ready for some planting and some mulching, and we'll just wait for our seasonal water level to rise and to see what kind of productivity we can get out of these demonstration seasonal Chinampa beds. I'm gonna go ahead and help Andy out in filling this up, and yeah, we'll talk later. Well, that was all beginning to feel a lot like work, but you can see Andy and I got it done. We got our Chinampa baskets filled up with the organic matter, and our water level has risen to basically our high water mark for the season. And we're about to start to top this with topsoil, and then we'll go over it with some straw mulch and look at what kind of species we want to plant in there that will be able to handle some grazing and browsing pressure from wildlife like the deer and elk. Now you can see the end of this more narrow Chinampa bed is blown out a little bit, and based on the hoof marks that I can see where they step down into our leaves and pine needles and lawn waste debris, it looks like some deer and elk maybe were on there and just leaned up against that end and pushed it out when they were going to get a drink of water. So we'll need to repair that, and it looks like we could also maybe use a little bit more organic matter as it's settled, because the weight of the water has pulled it down, which is why we wanted to wait until we got our high water level. And we'll finish it up from here and then let it all start to settle. We may have to come over with another layer of mulch, maybe a little more topsoil, but we'll be bringing that layer just up a little bit more, about another 1.5 feet, to match this terrace that I'm standing on. And it's going to create the space of sub-irrigated, very fertile soil that we'll be able to use as a demonstration for the ancient and very abundant technique of the Chinampa beds. Well, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below this video. And as always, thanks for watching.